Hello, friends. Today I will introduce you to the plot of the Upgrade movie. The film takes place in the near future, where almost all aspects of life are controlled by modern technology. The main character, Gray, lives with his wife, Asha, in a house full of the latest technology. He works as an auto mechanic, and his wife works in a highly paid position in a large company. One day, Gray and Asha go to a meeting with a client named Aaron Keene, who presents them with a new computer chip, STEM. This chip could lead to a revolution in science and medicine. Returning home, they try to enjoy intimacy while their automatic car transports them. But it turns out that the car has been hacked, and it is transporting them through a dangerous area. As a result of the accident, the couple is seriously injured. Soon, 4 thugs arrive at the scene, led by Fisk, who kills Asha and shoots Gray in the spine. The thugs leave, and Gray remains in an attempt to save his wife. But all in vain, she slowly dies before his eyes. Gray was paralyzed from the neck down after thugs shot him in the spine. He spent a long time in the hospital while his mother, Pamela, helped him adapt to his new life. Detective Cortez was investigating the attack on Gray and Asha, but so far had no specific suspects. Authorities used drone recordings to try to find clues, but to no avail. One day, Gray was visited by Aaron, who offered him a chance to walk again by installing a STEM chip in his back. At first, Gray refuses, but after Aaron mentions his wife, he changes his mind. At Aaron's house, an operation is underway to implant a chip into Gray's spine, thanks to which he can move again. Aaron forces Gray to sign a non-disclosure agreement, explaining that such experiments on people require several years of preparation, which he does not have. After returning home, Gray finds a package from Detective Cortez with evidence in his case. When analyzing the video from the drone that filmed the murder of his wife, he suddenly hears a voice claiming that he is a STEM. After he is convinced that he has not gone mad, Gray begins a dialogue with STEM, who helps him, based on the evidence provided, to find one of the accomplices in the murder of his wife, a man named Cirque. STEM convinces Gray not to call the detective, since he does not have the necessary evidence. At Cirque's house, Gray tries to find clues and discovers references to a certain bar, Old Bones, in the messages that Cirque sent to Gray. Suddenly, Cirque returns home, and a fight begins between him and Gray. Gray concedes in the fight, and STEM offers his help. Gray gives STEM control over his body, and as a result, STEM easily kills Cirque. At the city morgue, a detective and a medical examiner found many implants in Cirque's body, including a firearm embedded in his left arm. Medeskpert also informs the detective that traces of soles smeared in old-fashioned engine oil were found in Cirque's house. The detective begins to suspect Gray of murdering Cirque, while Aaron accused Gray of misuse of his technology and reminded him of the non-disclosure agreement. Gray told Aaron about his conversations with STEM. Detective Cortez interviewed Gray at his house about his possible involvement in the murder of Cirque, but Gray fought off leading questions with the help of STEM, and she left. STEM suggested that Gray visit the Old Bones bar. In addition, he said that Aaron could turn off STEM at any time and leave Gray paralyzed. Gray, pretending to be paralyzed, went to a bar and found another accomplice in the murder of his wife, Tolan. After a fight in the toilet of the bar, Gray defeated his opponents. Tolan told Gray that the murder of his wife and Gray himself was ordered by Fisk. A chip manufactured by the company where Gray's wife worked was found in Tolan's neck. At this time, Aaron is trying to remotely turn off STEM. STEM informs Gray and directs him to a hacker he found on the darknet. Almost paralyzed, Gray turns to hacker Jamie to disable the protection of the embedded chip. At the same time, Fisk and his accomplice find Tolan dead in the bar. Fisk scans Tolan's pupils and finds the hacker's address, then goes to Gray, killing the bartender along the way. Jamie barely manages to disable the chip's protection and reboot STEM. After the reboot, STEM helps Gray escape from Fisk by killing his accomplice. At the same time, Detective Cortez is unsuccessfully trying to find evidence to charge Gray with the murder of Tolan. She installs a listening device in Gray's jacket and hears his conversation with STEM. Gray tries to stop STEM from investigating further, but he insists on killing Fisk, demonstrating full control over Gray's body. It turns out that Jamie not only disconnected STEM from Aaron, but also gave full access to Gray's body. Out of desperation, Gray goes after Fisk, unaware that Detective Cortez is following him. During the trip, he discovers a listening device and notices the detective's car following him. With the help of STEM, Gray escapes from the chase, and the detective goes to Gray's home, where he interrogates his mother about her son's actions. At Fisk's house, Gray catches him by surprise and learns that the original order was for Gray himself. A fight ensues between Gray and Fisk, in which STEM fails to land a single blow. At a critical moment, he asks for Gray's help, who provokes Fisk by reminding him of his brother Cirque. Enraged, Fisk makes a mistake, and STEM kills him. After listening to Fisk's phone records, Gray and STEM realize that the customer was Aaron and go to his house. Detective Cortez ambushes Gray at Aaron's house, but STEM easily overpowers her and almost kills her. Gray, trying to thwart STEM's actions, asks the detective to stun him, which temporarily disables STEM. Aaron admits to the paralyzed Gray that all his actions were controlled by STEM. Gray learns that STEM chose Gray from the very beginning as his carrier and manipulated him in order to cover up the traces of his actions. The last goal of STEM is Aaron, because only he is able to create such technologies. STEM tells Gray that he should consider it an honor and kills Aaron. When STEM points the gun at Detective Cortez, Gray tries to stop him and points the barrel first to the side and then to the neck. Suddenly, Gray wakes up in the hospital and is amazed that he can move his hands. While he is trying to contact STEM, his wife Asha enters his room and says that he has been in a coma for several days. After that, they kiss. Detective Cortez convinces Gray to put the gun down, but STEM, in Gray's voice, tells her, "Gray is no more." STEM reveals that he needed to take control of Gray's mind in order to trap him in his subconscious, where he would be with his wife. At this time, STEM uses Gray's body. STEM kills the detective and then leaves Aaron's house while Gray kisses his wife in his imaginary room.